created my pattern and cut out my fabric by using Photoshop and Silhouette. You could just use a regular pattern, just cut it out and trace it, but that's why mine looks so perfect, because I cut them out with my Silhouette machine. If you want to see my tutorial on that, you can see that also on my website. So you want to take your paper, you've got a small version and a large version cut out, and with the paper there's a little cut there, and I'm going to go ahead and pull it across like this, and that's going to give it a little bit of a pop in the top. So I'm going to go ahead and glue that right there, and I want to make it just a slight pop. I don't want it to be very big, okay? And that creates my little leaf pattern. Now I have my 3 areas here and plus my tool, and I've also got my knotted thread. And I'm going to go ahead and take this, and now I'm going to put 1 dab of glue and put it over the top, then pull in the sides, and then go all the way around to the back, pull it tight and taut, and then pull it into the back so that you know exactly how much you have to tuck in and you won't be left over with a lot of extra space. And then you just go through and tack it all the way around. As you get to the end, you really have to fold it quite tightly to get it to fit around the edge. And you can kind of see it all the way around. I'm going to go ahead and take this little one now and tack it to the front. Press it down good, and then go, once again, all the way around to the sides. Now I'm going to go ahead and take my tool and take a little piece of it. I'm leaving a tail there, and I twist it around a little bit, put a little bead of glue there, and then press it down. And I have not found a way to do this without getting glue all over my fingers, so sorry, I kind of do that, but there's no way to get it to press down good enough. And then I just kind of wrap around the edges, line it up where I want it, and do another bead there. And of course you can decorate this however you want. This is just how I did it. And now it's kind of set in place. Once again, I had to burn the fingers to get it to stay. And now I'm going to make 3 loops. So I'm making a loop with the tail and then 2 more loops, and that kind of tells me how long it needs to be. So I cut that and do my 3 loops. And now I'm going to need my needle and thread. And honestly, I'm very haphazard about this. I just kind of pull it through. Sometimes I go through the fabric on the actual hat to make sure it'll stay. But basically, I just keep going until it looks like it's going to stay in place. And then I knot it when I'm finished. And make sure the edges, you know, the bows are all fluffed out nicely. If I think it goes out too far, I'll throw it down through the center. And now I've been making 12 of these for a dance group, so I've kind of got this down to a science. So go ahead and knot that, and I'm ready to go. Now at this point you could be done, but I wanted to put, since we're using it as a dance costume, it needs to stay on. So I want to put on some cord elastic. So I just kind of, you could do this beforehand. I didn't, but I could, because I measured the girls after I'd made them. So I just kind of find a little hole in there and put it through the hole, and sometimes I have to pull it up a little bit to get room, but I really didn't have any trouble doing this on all 12 hats. And just make sure you pull it tight and let it sit for a minute. Let me be sure it's totally done. You could sew it to make it stay, and it's ready to go. And as you can see, they are really, really cute. And thank you for joining me on my tutorial. Again, if you want to learn how to make the shape in Photoshop, you can find it on my YouTube channel, or on my Real Scrappy blog. You can find the files themselves and you can download the files. Thank you for joining me.